Peter Bryant with the Con Men Podcast, and I am here with New York Times best-selling author Scott Sigler.
Hello,
hey, Scott.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Dragon Con.
Yeah, I love Dragon Con.
Even though we're almost at the end at this point.
Yeah, oh, thank God, almost. I love coming every year, and I can't wait to leave after I'm all done with it.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of stuff in the work. Got a lot of pokers in the fire. As I understand, as I remember, you have something called Pandemic on the way.
Yep, Pandemic is the final book in the Infected trilogy, which is a horror trilogy, and that will be out from Random House Crown Books January 21st, 2014.
Right.
And that Infected kind of took the tale of the concept of the alien invasion.
Right.
And you know, you always have the guys who are infected or possessed or whatever, and you don't really get their story because the president's trying to solve a problem. We looked at it from one guy in his apartment having no idea what's going on, no context, and the things that happened to him. We follow his arc, then it moved into the second book, which was Contagious, which was the president, everybody trying to react to this particular problem that's going on. And then in Pandemic, it goes global.
Right.
We mess up a whole bunch of crap. It's
So
really
the
sweet.
shit just hits the fan.
Shit completely hits the fan worldwide, and I'm kind of going for a record body count in this one. Yeah.
Okay. So you also have another series, the GFL series, and you're working on The Champion, as I understand, right now.
That is a young adult, far future sci-fi coming-of-age series, and basically it's an American Pro Football League transplanted 700 years in the future. So you've got aliens playing different positions based on their physiology. So 1,500-pound linemen and receivers and defensive backs that can jump 20 feet into the air.
Right.
Humans are still at the skill positions like running back and quarterback because it's easier to communicate the story of a human. And we've got 4 of those books out: the Rookie, the Starter, the All-Pro, and the MVP. And the Champion will be the 5th book, and that will be out September of 2014. But that's what I'm working on right now.
Right. And you had another book called Nocturnal, and I hear there's some interesting news going on with that, potential good stuff.
Well, it has been optioned for a TV series by a gentleman named Lloyd Levin, who produced Hellboy, Hellboy 2, The Watchmen, Die Hard 2, but really it's the first 2, Hellboy and Hellboy 2. If you've seen those, you know that he is unbelievable at putting together a movie that has monsters in it.
Right.
You know, taking something with the fantastical and monstery goodness and making it look amazing on the screen. So Nocturnal is a police procedural set in San Francisco with a pretty heavy monster backdrop to it. So if anyone was to turn that into a series, that would be the guy. So we've written a big series Bible for that, and he's out pitching it in Hollywood right now. My business partner Ray Kovacs and I have had one fancy sit-down Hollywood meeting.
No, we're getting all fancy now.
It's pretty exciting. We're like, well, we're going to try and pretend we're not horribly excited. I'm sorry, I just urinated on myself a little bit.
I might have had a little poop, I don't know.
We failed miserably. So then we let Lloyd and we let the screenwriters, Paul DeMeo and Danny Bilson, just let them run the show, and I sat back and tried to look important.
Right.
Tried to look artistic.
Right.
I don't know. So if that gets made, great. If not, we've learned how to put a series Bible together, and I got to meet a guy who makes unbelievable movies, so it's really been sweet.
And it's always a good learning experience, because there'll be a next time and a next time and next time.
The amount, and that's how A and I look at it, is all of this process we put into building the series Bible and working with the screenwriters, this is kind of boot camp. So we're looking at this as no matter how much work we put in, if we walk away with nothing, with no show, which is probably what's going to happen because that's 99% of all the shows books that get optioned.
Right.
We've learned so much about the process and how to put the pieces together that a couple years down the road, if my career continues to elevate and I get a little bit more juice in Hollywood or in publishing, I'll be able to say, this is the project I want to do, take it to somebody else and show up looking like we've been there and looking like we know what we're doing.
Right. So this is the Con Men. So let's do a little bit on what the con experience is like, what you like. So when you come to a con, such as Dragon Con, what kind of stuff do you do to prepare for the con before you come out here? Like, I need to make sure I do this and get this and.
Well, what I try and do is, it may sound crazy, but get to the gym a little bit, get a little bit in shape, because you're going to get run down.
Right.
So even if you can literally get a few days on the treadmill, the 3 weeks leading up to the con, it will help you a ton because you're going to be exhausted.
Right.
You're going to get sick.
Right.
Hands down, you're going to get sick. But the best thing you can do is, as you drive in or fly in or get a rental car or whatever, make sure you stop at a grocery store, a real grocery store on the way in, buy a bunch of granola bars and a trail mix and fruit, because fruit will last 3 or 4 days.
Yep.
So that stuff is in your room. You're still going to eat crappy. You're going to get that con pizza.
Right.
And you're going to love it when you're eating, and 5 minutes later, you're going to go like, that was really dumb. And con hot dog, con sausages, con burgers, all the stuff we love. But when you're in your room at 10 o'clock at night, you can just have a little bit of granola or something like that.
Right.
Really cuts down on the cost of the whole con, and will also cut down on you leaving having gained 10 pounds, which I have done at a Dragon Con in 5 days. So it's pretty impressive.
Turns your poop into tar.
Oh,
you know?
and then if that's going on, you're spending more time in the bathroom than you are at the con.
Yep.
So it's just as much preparation as you can do to come in, have food in the room, have things on you that you can carry around,
Right.
so you don't have to get the $8 hot dog if you don't want to.
Right.
If you want the $8 hot dog, more power to you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, they're kicking us out of here. So, real quick, let's wrap this up. Where do we find Scott Sigler, and where do we get your stuff?
ScottSigler.com is where you get all my free podcasts. They give away all my stories as free audiobooks. They're also available at iTunes. Just go there and search for Scott Sigler, SCOTTSIGLER. And Amazon.com. You can find all my books, both the ones I publish myself and from Random House, and buy them, read them, like them.
And I'm a junkie. I love it. I personally endorse it. Thanks a lot.
Have a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Good.